lot of information on social media, doctors, professors giving different scenarios of what is going on. Now, looking at us, from day one, I remember when this COVID, for Zambia, it caught me. I was in Far East Asia. When I was coming, wherever I was, it was, I'll give you an example of Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, if you were going to Ethiopia, you had to buy a ticket for the hotel for 3 weeks, and immediately you drop at the airport in Addis, you'll be taken and quarantined for 3 weeks. Then you can be released. Now, I was flying to Zambia. I came here. When I came to the airport, I just laughed. I said, we are not serious. There were people there, some Chinese, some of us and so on. They were just pushing through. Even the paper that we were filling in, you couldn't read the way it was typed. Nobody took this thing seriously. And that's the day one. What we are having now is because we didn't prepare adequately. That's where the problem is. Of course, the president is trying to put with his people here and here, mitigate and so on and so on. Well, I am with them. This is not the time for us to be pointing fingers at each other. I'm not pointing fingers at the president. I'm not pointing fingers to those guys who are trying. But I am saying, let's learn from mistakes that we are doing. Making a problem, a mistake, is not an issue at all. Not correcting it, it is a big problem. And we seem to be falling in the same dishes every now and then. We are not clever enough. That's where my problem is. Because the proper leadership will take the history, will take where it is, and look at it. And I'm back of Piki, and I come back to branch. At the Suzy Wakano Chokera, Suzy Wakamine Uli, now Suzy Wakamine Yenda, Nishparipe Chamine Ulip. We need to take the statistics, the history, put it down, look at it properly, provide a new solution for forward.
If you are President Lungu,
yes,
what would you have done different in the approach to COVID-19?
Well, I've just said, the first thing that I was going to do, I was going to make total lockdown from day one.
But what do you think that would have spared us? I'll give you practical examples.
It was going to have spared us because we would have. Yes.
I'll give you practical examples of Botswana, Lesotho. Those who are on total lockdown, still now, Corona has not spared them.
I will tell you, I know also countries where they have done the right things and they have zero. I talk about Taiwan, talk about Singapore. They have done nicely. They are at zero rated, and life is fantastic. But with us, it's because, we take things very easily. But there is something that should soften us. The Lord loves us. If really the Lord was not with us, we would have been dying in big numbers like the Americans.
Let's be realistic in our conversation. You give examples of Taiwan and Singapore. Those are advanced first world countries. Zambia is still a developing country, third world country. But look, Mr. Nyirenda, if we went on a total lockdown, even from the start of the coronavirus, do you think really our people would have survived?
Well, what would have happened is this. Mr. Mwanza, let me explain exactly. The total lockdown from the beginning, taking care of the airports, all the inlets and outlets from our country to other countries, would have given us to know which houses actually have these diseases, from which family. Would have known. Perhaps there are going to be 10 or 5. And then those, you take care of them. And then you keep locking down. So whoever is coming, do like what Ethiopians did. When whoever is coming in, take them up for quarantine. They should pay before they come here. You quarantine them. After 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you release them into the society. Things would have been different. But anyway, I'm not a person who cries for spilled water or ice under ice of yesterday. No. Let's look at where we are and where we're going forward. Exactly. I'm saying for the president to consider opening bars, that for me should never be. Everybody knows. Immediately you take alcohol into your body, you lose control of everything. You lose control of your body. you lose control of what you're talking about. And so on and so on. It's true. It's not only that, but it's excessive.
But when you're coming in your preamble, you give me an example of how business has continued as usual in town, in Soweto. It's like people do not know the gravity of, how, the gravity and the danger of how COVID-19 is. And probably that's the reason why in his speeches, 2 consecutive times, the president has stated that, look, our coronavirus seems to be very unusual from the one that these other countries are having, because these guys are dying in great numbers. All right? We only have 7 deaths till now, and those are COVID-19 death-related and not COVID-19 deaths. And I want to bring in what you've said, Mr. Nyirenda. You've said that, look, we cannot allow bars to open. Why? Because, people can't control themselves when they're in these taverns and bars. Yeah. Do you think really we'll have a different scenario where probably now we'll record more death or we'll record more positive cases as a result of opening bars? You said earlier, with your own words, that, look, business has continued in Soweto. And if to be honest with you, if business has continued in Soweto and we're not recording thousands of cases, probably it's safe to open the bars.
You see, first of all, you need to consider how many people are you testing per day. You don't have the capacity. If perhaps you are to test everyone else, the results would be different. I have never been tested. Have you been? You've never been. And a lot of people I know, they haven't been. It should have been, if we had enough testing areas, do it voluntarily. Just walking and no. We don't know. We may be living with it. There are other people it doesn't show. But but coming to what I don't know now.
For me, really, this issue of coronavirus, to me, it seems as if though it is not as dangerous as people claim it is. Because look, how many deaths do we have in Zambia, Mr. President? About 7, related COVID-19 deaths. Not 7, COVID cases. 7 related 19, cases.
Yes, Mr. Mwansa, you need to know how this disease works. This disease kills weak people, kills people who are about 70 and above. People who have got all these...
what you're saying is correct. And WHO projected, Mr. Nyirenda, that thousands of people would die in Africa. But looking at the numbers in Africa who've died, it's not as WHO projected. Could we have a different coronavirus?
I am a person, perhaps I'm very radical where it comes to Western world. The Western world does not even know how we live our lives here. They project a lot of things for us. Whether you come to IFM, you come to what, everything. They want to project. Us, we are just people who can be fed. They consider us as people who cannot think, who cannot put things on the table. It's also because the way we take each other. We take ourselves on. Yeah. But I want to come back on those deaths that you have talked about. You see, our health system is very, very weak. Our friends in the States, in Europe, and in Asia, they are people who they keep alive, who in actual fact, if they were in Africa, would have died some time back. They keep them alive because they've got all this medicine, and so on. So they live. They've got a lot of people who are over 80 years, 90 years, 100 years old. They are there. If you went now to Europe or in America, you went in these old houses, you will find actually hundreds of thousands, even not millions of old people. These people, the immune system is weak. Some of them, they have got heart problems, all this is normal, sugar and so on. And once the virus goes there, it finishes them like chickens. With us, lucky enough, the majority of us, they are young people. That's why you are calling me to say at Vamdala. I'm not Vamdala. I'm a young guy. But you are calling me because Vamdala wants it. They are not there, most of them. Yes. So if it gets in me, I'll kick it out. If it gets in you, you kick it out. Our friends, most of them, they are weak people. This they anticipated that because AIDS in Africa had just gone so much, so there are so many people who are weak from AIDS. That is of yesterday. Since there is that drug and so on, a lot of people, they have developed immune system. They live with AIDS. They live nicely. So even when the disease goes there, it doesn't. That's why we see that our deaths, they are not as much as they are, because we have a young population. They are young people. They can fight the disease out. And you see it. You saw the people dancing. Dancing in the house like that. It's like you are punishing them for nothing.
All right. Now, also, it forces me to get to an important aspect. The president has been advocating for a new normal. Let's live with the new normal. Are you agreeing with the president?
Yes. The definition there is, you know, I'm not that person, Mr. Mwansa, who says no. I give PF credit where they have done it. But where they haven't, it's just normal that I can say I have got a different opinion. Yes, and to have a different opinion, that's why I'm opposition. It doesn't mean I hate him. It doesn't mean we fight with him. No, it's just thinking. I'm saying I've got a better solution. I have to sort this out. The new normal for me, it means the world is never going to be the same anymore. Never, never. Even if you tell the people today to say go into a bar, I've opened the bar, people will not go there. You're freeing them. That's the new normal. Open the cinemas. You open the cinemas, nobody goes there. That's the new normal. Because, you know, once bitten, twice shy. Who wants to die? No one wants to die. I only hope that if the bars are open, no one should go to those bars. Let people go and buy alcohol. But anyway, I'm not saying that. I know that the people who have bought bars have got problems. I also have a bar or bars. I run the cinemas. So I'm not saying, I can't allow people to come into my bar to start drinking because I want that money. No, I want the lives of those people. I want us to live in a nice country with healthy people.
Mr. Nyirenda, have you not opened your gyms? Have you not opened your bars? Have you not opened your restaurants? Have you?
Mr. Wansa, I have opened them.
So, Mr. Nyirenda, you said, look, I cannot allow people to, even when the president today announces that let's open these, I cannot allow people to go and die.
In a bar?
You said you've got restaurants.
I haven't opened the bar, yes.
You've got cinemas. Have you opened your cinemas?
Yes, but I haven't opened the bars. And there are precautions in the cinemas.
Why? Because the bars have not yet been opened. You can't open.
What precaution can you put in a bar? In the cinema, Mr. Mwansa, is there are rows, there are seats. I put one person here, then I've got 3-4 seats open, I put another person, and I leave the rows.
There have been questions surrounding the management of COVID-19 donations. What is your comment over these?
You see, again, I will give credit to PF government. PF government in 2018, they brought up a public fund management. Yeah? And that public fund management is managed by the Secretary of Treasury under the helm of the Minister. So I believe that this money is well taken care of. I want to believe that. Because any money that comes, it goes to this Secretary, and then there are rules how it's supposed to be used. When we heard, I don't know how true it is, that there was a fight between Chilufya and the Minister of Finance, whether it was there, how to use it, is something different. But it's properly, they brought that policy in 2018. And it's a very powerful policy for me. I commend them. Because they are saying, okay, when the money is donated, it should go here and should be used like that. Now, if somebody is not agreeable to that, that's something else. But I believe they're doing a good job. But of course, to that, let me go any further. I've had a chance to speak to frontliner doctors. They are complaining. They are not being paid allowances. How do you keep somebody 40 days, 50 days without seeing his family, and you don't pay him allowance so that the family has got food at home? How do you keep somebody inside there? He has food. Of course, they are taking care of them. But these guys are not incentivized. They have got no incentives. Sininga nkale na mwantenga na nkala muno mzee kunkala kwa manje mkomboni umu ngati ulipo uzaenda ukakongole ka 5 kwacha kujaka 2 kwacha wabweresa kapamera pa nyumba, but ngati sulipo nichibana bazafana njala. So that's why me I advocate to say that kajaka tuma allowance tuja wapase every week wapasa kutuma allowance wasatumiza payete money or MTN money something money watumiza na kazi wao kuja walandira mwamuna wanga alimu jagwira nchito yabwino kusogolo huko, but nayo nenda landira ko bana bazati. There's nothing like that. I spoke to the doctors myself. Even hampers that they get, those hampers don't go to those frontliners, and that's a problem for me. You have seen that so many frontliners, they have been attacked. You know, attacked by the same virus. They are sick. They have been infected. That's you know, sacrificing for the nation. Yeah, at least give them something small. But
let's get to another critical issue now. In terms of bilateral agreements, there's been debates over the fact that Madagascar has found a cure for COVID-19. If you are in the shoes of President Lungu, would you have considered getting the famous Madagascar cure for COVID?
You know, I am a person who believes that Africans have got everything they need. We have, you know, God has endowed us. We've got all this herbal stuff, everything. From snakes, you can get mankwala, yeah? From the poison of the snake, you can get medicine. From the trees, there's moringa, there's wawasha hivi, there is mahuyu vija, yeah? Elephant, whatever. All these things, they cure diseases. Nowadays, we have been talking about chamba, yeah? Marijuana. That is, so why can't we set up research centers ourselves? You saw that the World Health Organization, they wrote to those guys in Madagascar to tell them to say, don't distribute that, keep mute. I will tell you the reason that is behind it. The pharmaceutical industry, they spend a lot of money to do their researches and things like that. They do not want you to produce your own herbal. They want themselves to make sure they are the ones who produce that vaccine and so that they can charge you a lot of money and you start paying. We will make, I will tell you what Narep
would you have considered ordering probably some of those bottles from Madagascar?
Yes, I would do. I wouldn't just go order and give the people. I mean, that's a bit reckless. Yeah. Let's be a bit fair. What I would do, I would order that stuff and give it to my medical researchers to say, check what are the side effects from that? How does it cure? Does it, if they give me within 3 weeks or 4 weeks, or indeed a month, they give me, why should I not buy? But right up now, where you are, you can't, because the World Health Organization has told you, be careful, you do that, we come for you. It's international. You're being told what to do. Even if you have got your own medicine in your house, you can use it for yourself, but immediately you want to give your neighbor and they see you, they'll be on you. Of course, I do understand. There should be regulations. You can't just allow people to have anarchy to do whatever they want to do. No. There must be regulations, and you have to follow the regulations. But is the regulations to make sure that as Africans also, we have got our own way of doing things. We have been there. And if at all, science, mathematics, all these things, they came from Africa. We were the first people to live on Earth. Humanity started in Africa. And all of a sudden, we are the last people. I don't agree with that. I don't.
Away from the coronavirus, let's get to some of the issues that are trending in our country. One of the critical issues that is trending right now is the issue of the gold mining and the fact that ZCMIH, is getting into partnership with a Sudanese company called Kama to start processing the gold mining in Zambia. Your take, Mr. President?
You see, Mr. Mwanza, first of all, I'll tell you this. This country, Zambia, is for Zambians. And only Zambians will develop this country. That, believe you me, you ushers, next year, we take over, you will see how we develop this country with Zambians. I have gone to school with so many Zambians who are miners, powerful guys, very, very powerful guys. Look at the CEO of Bopani. That guy is, I don't know, 30-something. What does he know? He has no experience. I've got my friends who have worked worldwide. They have worked in Canada, in Australia, New Zealand, all over. They are back into this country. They are full of knowledge. They know. But what we don't do, we don't trust ourselves. What I think the government should do is to look for Zambians to form a consortium of powerful miners. The knowledge, I know. There is a guy, my Chufi, I don't want to go further, my Chufi, is a very powerful miner. Very, very powerful guy. And he knows about all these things. And it's not only him. There are many more. Put them together and say, you guys, this is what you need to do. We will make sure that we'll help you how to find money. And we'll give you the guarantee. And we'll monitor you. You make sure that you have to do it. Now, why do you want to go to Sudan? Why? Sudan is not the most experienced in gold mining. Perhaps it is Ghana, who have been there for a long time. Perhaps it's Kimbedi, here in South Africa, who've been there. They've been there for a long time. Why not get the experts if you don't have expertise? Mr.
President, are you still also aware that we have over 3,600 local miners right here in our country?
Yes.
What is the whole idea of shooting down foreign direct investment? Because every time I hear you speak,
yes,
I appreciate your principle, your philosophy that Zambia should be for Zambians.
Yes.
But are we still going to develop really if we only consider indigenous people to be the ones running?
Is there any Zambian who has been given any chance to do that? Let me
of course.
I'll take you back. Mwanawasa's time, let his soul rest in peace. During Mwanawasa, there was the coal mine, the Mamba coal mine, which needed to be put to life. I personally, I took the initiative to put a consortium of powerful people together. They were bankers, they were economists, they were miners, they were all these guys. We are the powerful guys, and we bid. We paid a lot of money to bid. We went there. We were considered as the last. They gave that thing to the Indians. Where are we today? We should have been providing solutions in this country to burn coal, to make electricity, to do all the things. And one of the things we wanted to do ourselves, to make sure that we stop people burning charcoal. Because if you go to Mahamba today, there's fire that is burning every day. Do you know what that fire is? It's the coal, we call it brown coal, which is on top of the main coal. They take it out and throw it, and it burns on its own. That thing, if you come and make briquettes, that is already can replace the charcoal mining. That means we can save the climate change by leaving our trees, and so on and so on. All those things were put there. What did the people do? They took our paper and threw it away. They couldn't even talk to us. I was expecting the President Mwanawasa to call us to say, at least I've got my powerful Zambians sit in front of us. What can you do? Nothing. It's the same. If only these guys could hear, and that's what, anyway, By next year, they will not start, we will take it over, and we're going to cancel this contract and give it to the Zambians. This contract will not start within the next few months. No, it will take time. And when we take over next year, we will cancel the contract and reverse it and give it to Zambians. It
now interests me to find out if you have a policy on mining as Narep. Do you have a policy? First
of all, you wanted to ask me on the policy of the healthy. Then next you want to ask me about the policy of the mining.
Because you've explained about how you probably would manage, if you are the one that was running the machinery of governance, how you'd have managed this entire issue. So now it prompts me to ask if there's a particular policy that you have.
I can draw you back, because I also want to talk about, it starts from everything else. This policy, if you talk about COVID is a drop in the healthy system. Yes, just a drop. It's one pandemic disease that we have, coronavirus. It's one. There are many diseases that are like that. So, but you're asking me about mining. Yes, we have. We are a very powerful party that have looked at each and every little thing. So you want to ask me of the general, what we are going to do with the mines, or you want to ask me specific? Specific, then I'll answer you.
Specific will be very, would take a long time to really get.
I think specific.
A generic.
And now I'll tell you.
Of your mining policy.
Yes. Look, we have got almost all types of minerals here. Yeah, almost. We have uranium. We've got gold, as you are talking about. We've got copper. We've got emeralds, and so on and so on. All these things belong to the Zambians. Are we benefiting from them? Nothing. Zero. You have just seen 2 days, 3 days ago, there was a judgment given to Mompani that these guys are thieves. They've been stealing, and now they are telling us to say, we have got a calamity which we couldn't, the coronavirus. Coronavirus started in last year in November. This stuff of them stealing from us, this case is as far back as 2010. So they have been stealing. And this is what we are saying. First of all, if we don't have the proper policy to get money for our people, we will leave the stuff underground. We will go on top and maximize on agriculture. We'll talk about that next time, how we are going to do it. But when it comes to the mines themselves, we will do it with our own people. Emeralds alone, it's enough to pay for our debt. The other day I was on radio station, I was saying, the biggest chunk of emerald in Zambia, in the world, not in Zambia, in the world, it comes from Zambia. Do you know how it came out from Zambia? Do you know how much money we got? We only got to know about it later when it was in New York. And it's moving around. It goes to Europe, it goes to Asia, back to New York, and so on. It does not even come to Africa. We, the owners. What type of people are we? No. The copper itself.
For the sake of people not misunderstanding you, Mr. President, what would be your relationship with foreigners? Those that want to invest in our country? Because we do know for a fact that you've been a strong proponent of Zambia for Zambia. That's probably, people have been getting it wrong, because maybe they're thinking you chase away the Chinese, you chase away the Indians. What would be your relationship with foreigners?
We chase everybody who does not respect us. We chase everybody who does not respect the laws of Zambia. We chase everybody who is stealing from us. You can't have a thief in your house. You can't have somebody which is...
In the policy, I expected you, Mr. President, to explain on how you ensure that when these guys come in, the foreigners, do not steal from us. How will you ensure that?
You see, first of all, the overview is the leadership with this corrupt mind.
How will you ensure?
Let me tell you, guide. Yes. I'm explaining.
Yes, Mr. President.
First of all, if you are dealing with somebody, there's business between you and somebody, you sit around the table, right? You have got you've got policies that you follow. This goes like this, this goes like this goes like that. With us, this is the pricing and so on. This is the way you have to do your books. This is the way. The first thing that we are going to do, let me leave these others, is to make sure when you sell your stuff, you come here, you follow the rules, but when you sell your stuff, all the money that you sell must come through Bank of Zambia and here to Zambia. And then you can take what is yours and take it wherever you want to. We have seen that these foreigners, what they do, they are the same who are buying and the same who are mining. And the papers that they do in between, they are fictitious papers. They cheat us. So us will make sure that when you come inside, you'll be paired to a Zambian. And that Zambian will own more than 60%, and the foreigner will have 40%. And that Zambian, we will be owning him to represent us from A up to Z, to say all the processes of the law are followed. And all of the prospects are done. Believe you me, there is this, what people don't need to know. In any sound business, there's prosperity. There's a win-win situation. You come, let's do this business. Zambia, this is yours. You, this is yours. Let's do it. When you finish, you share accordingly. Yeah. But that's not what is happening. And that's why I'm saying, any proper investor, we will come in, we will work with him, and we will share equally. Anyone who comes to cheat us, we will chase them, and we will not even allow them. Mind you, I'm a foreigner. I've lived more than 35 years outside this country, and I'm respected in those countries. I pick a phone and they will call me, oh, Steve, this, and they respect me.
You've explained very well, Mr. Nyirenda, and your explanation doesn't sound very technical. Why do you think we've gone wrong as a country? Because that is simple explanation. That is 1 + 1 = 2. Why haven't we made sure that we're getting a very good deal out of the resources that we have as a country?
I will tell you the reason why. The reason why, all these things that I'm talking about, many people can talk about them. They can. The problem is this. If the leadership has got no willpower, the leadership has got no willpower, nothing will work. Nothing will work at all. I have just given you an example of us as Zambians who wanted to take over and do in Mamba mines. The leadership didn't care. They say, no, I'll give it to Indians. Why? Why do you want to? They are able, Zambian able to do it. You say you can't do it, but I'm going to give to a foreigner. Why? Why do you do that? But you can see that whatever I'm talking here, it is about the willpower and the leadership at the end of the day wanting to do it. You can talk about good things, but if you don't want to do them, they will not. Indeed, 1 + 1 = 2. It can never be 3, it can never be 4. And that's what I'm talking about. As a lot of the leaders that you see, they get captured. Their aim is not to provide solutions to Zambia, no. Their aim is to make themselves rich. That's what it is. You can see them. You can see them, the houses they're having. You can see them. These guys, yesterday they had nothing. Today they have me, Mr. Mwansa, I work day and night. Yes, I have very little hours that I sleep. But I don't make the money that they are making. Where do they get the money from? You have got some of these foreigners that come here. They cheat us because it has already been set by the leadership to say, okay, ngatubwera chabuleuza chitanichi, but inomujulire koi. Because they know if they are talking to you Zambian, you suza mjulirako, but a foreigner zakujulirako. So it's easy to deal with a foreigner. Because you want something.
Let me get to the people of Zambia and let's get to see what they are saying, Mr. Nyirenda. Thank you so much to those that are joining us live on our Facebook page, Ask Muvi TV. You will be getting your contributions from that platform. Those that are joining us on the top set decoder and the Muvi TV Plus bouquet, yours is 0978594682. Let me get your views on what we are discussing tonight. Hello, good evening. Who is on the line? Hello, good evening. Who is on the line? Buno machoma bwanji.
Machoma bwanji zikoma.
Okay. The person contribution.
Kama mimi mkamba wa Nyereza sure supplementary na marida bafuna kuti tukare mamera oja pizero para que example mira
Timvera
pakamena namba kumanga kazumbura please tofana nauzawa tofana na mazana asira za building tofana na Zambia Ganzatu wangu tofana that was tofana pina mwaka group tofana gamba Zambia wanauzi don't pay fees kasi bantu vile na kampani za mapoya toleo na babaja baswek na botana kubwa na chiko bana semu sara katika Zambia bale sara za mtu kosa lipira so jirani so na sasa na watu wako tu wanapeza plane so sasa kama wapende mrenda kitanga sensi wa kumba kopa mtu amena kumba kopa futi ndio amene ainyamula futi kopa ndio aenda kuisa futi kopa kitanga sensi wali sanga kumbe kopa nono na kusekura maplanks hapo panga kote pale kopa so that we extend the bantu wazapaka kumba ndenangu kulifanya nini ndenangu kuma factories ndenangu so a lot of people betray same na milisi hata so mungu abakambati how do you get there someone anataka drama zake mpike ili mukile price iwe kama president ndo kwa drama zake zile mkoa drama yake mukile price za kuika so that's the other thing that ufula watu wako watoke mpopati au sufo sufo na utima pesa kwa mpopati ufula wangalia je mpopati that's why ifini maskuli ulipo maskuli nzero malingo tambili watu wako nikazikani government ifuna kidogo 3/4 ya watu nikazikopo karibu kiko so that does it the jungle money get that they are
okay zikomo
I know that it's very difficult what you are doing at the end. It's very difficult, but so maybe we are that there. Maybe that power it will be very okay. That is the way to go.
Okay, Zekom. Let me pick 3 more calls, then you could collectively respond to the contributions that the people of Zambia are expressing on this program. We are discussing government's response to COVID-19. My guest is Narep President, Mr. Stephen Nyirenda. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Yes, who's on the line and where are you calling us from?
This is Franco Kapalo.
Mr. Kapalo, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Zambia.
Okay, please give us your contribution.
Mulibwana boss sikoma.
Kampani zintuwagota tazizeko na you the person that takes balance about government. What is coming? You are getting the push star. Can you find the day on this page? This takes a balance.
Okay, thank you so much. Right, let me get 2 more calls, then the President of the National Restoration Party can respond. Thank you so much for the contributions that are coming through. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, who's on the line and where are you calling us from?
Yes, this is Mr. Simbai calling you from Ruingu.
All right.
Hello?
Yes, please go on.
Yes, what President Nyirenda is saying is true. If only us Zambians could have such minds, we can develop really. If we look at what these Europeans or Westerners are doing, really is oppressing and really destroying our minds. we can see our resources being ripped out in our four eyes, in an open day. What the President Nyanda is saying, there is no actually any force from the information he's giving. It's true. All of us, then we need to have our eyes open. We need to be really observant what is happening. And it's time for us to act. Such people like President Nyanda need to be supported by all means Zambians. And they should be given an opportunity to rule this country.
Thank you.
Yes, and I want you, President Nyanda's number. If you can get my number and then get contact to us, youth.
All
We
right.
need to support such people.
All right. What is your number, sir?
My number is 097 88.
Yes.
097
Yes.
88 97 805.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll give the number to the president. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let me accommodate one more caller, Mr. Nyirenda, then you collectively respond to the concerns that are coming through from the people of Zambia. Hello, good evening. Who's on the line? Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Joseph Kasonde.
Mr. Kasonde, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Lusaka.
Please, Mr. Kasonde, give us your contribution.
Yes, thank you very much. Bwana Nyirenda, how are you, Mr. President? Now, I just have one question and I'll need a definite answer for that one.
Yes.
I've been in politics for quite some time, over 35 years or so.
Yes.
And I've seen the transition governments that have been there, and we are now in a multi-party state, as we can see. And the way you've been articulating, you've been articulating well, but of course, like some other callers say, that Niko Kamanta, yes, in a killer Nikamanta, but at the same time, surely you have a lot that you have seen that is not working well in the country, but really are not coming out precise and to the point to show that you want to offer checks and balances. However, in Zambia, no one party can take up the presidency next year. That one is a blue line. Therefore, why can't you join forces for the purpose of unity in terms of changing this government? I can guarantee you, Mbuya, you can never just marry, and you as you are from Chipimo, that one forget. But why can't you join forces with others so that really you put these brains together, your brains and others, we move. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kasonde. All right, so I'll pick another set of calls later on, but let's begin with a gentleman that came through and spoke about the Kazungula Bridge and the fact that those that are in Zambia are not getting as much as those in Botswana. Let's begin from there. Your quick comment.
You see, I have very little comment towards that. It's what we are saying ourselves. So Zambians for Zambians. Respect Zambians. And the Zambians will be the only people to develop this country. And one of our concepts at Narep is that we will make every district self-reliant by creating millionaires in those districts. So if Kazungula they are our people. There are people there. They will know to say this is what we need to do. Finish. You know, the biggest problem is that the leadership, our leaderships do not respect their own people. You train your son. You send your son to go and train as the best doctor. He comes back. He sits there. You go and hire a Chinese as my doctor. What did you pay those monies for? We are failing to think, and that's our biggest problem that we have in this country.
We're failing to think.
Yes.
Mr. Kapalo from Mudil Lusaka says you're speaking very well. However, you're speaking with fear. Mr.
No. I'll tell you. First of all, if I feared, I wouldn't be here. I have left businesses, which I do very well. I thank God that what I think, when I touch a business myself, I transform it into something. That's what God gave me. And I sit down every day thanks to that. But I believe that the same, when I go to the government, the way I do it, I'm going to transform this country into something else. I don't fear anyone.
Are you sure, Mr. Nyama?
Never. I don't fear anyone. But I will not insult anyone. And I will also give credit to, in politics, it's not about fighting. In politics, it's not about only you, yourself. You are the only one. I'm not the cleverest person in Zambia. There are much more brilliant guys in Zambia. And if we sit together, we'll do it. But I've seen there are other people think it's only them who can rule. No. If you want to be a leader, you should also be prepared to be led.
Can I ask you a very blunt question?
Yes.
Chimbakambwile has come out in the open and said that my businesses have been squeezed very much by the PF. You've spoken frankly that you have a lot of businesses right here in Lusaka and around Zambia.
Yes.
Are you maybe fearing that if you speak bluntly against the wrongs of the PF, your businesses will be squeezed?
No, I don't spare the PF. The PF, they have no vision. Why should I spare them? They have no vision for this country. Our president, President Lungu, who I respect, of course, he was on the podium telling us, I don't have a vision for this country. And when he won, they asked him in South Africa, and he said, there's not much I can do for Zambia. So why do you want? It's the people who are wrong. You go and choose somebody who tells you have no vision. You tell somebody is not a driver. You cannot drive a car. You come on motor car to drive it. What will happen? You crash. And that's why Zambia has crashed with problems. I have no fear at all to anybody, but I will do the right thing. I don't need to sit here and insulting people so that they know I'm not fearless. No, in Narep we don't insult.
You've already insulted the people, Mr. Nyeren.
Which people?
You've said that the people are the ones with the problem.
Yes.
If you're going to say the people are the ones with the problem, you are insulting the intelligence of the people of Zambia that voted in PF. No. Are you saying the people of Zambia down for voting in PF?
I didn't use the word down. No, I didn't. But I will tell you this. President Lungu stood on a podium, and I've got a clip which I can give you. He told us to say, I don't have a vision for this country. It's only people who want me. Now, I'll check. You are at the airport, and the pilot says, they say there's no pilot. We will just take somebody, start flying the plane. The guy who has no knowledge to fly a plane. What will happen? And you go inside, you go and sit, the plane takes off. And that's what us Zambians we did. Lungu told us he has no vision. But then, we put him still there. And what do you think? Don't blame him.
We voted for President Lungu twice.
Yes. He told you, in 2015, he told you he has no vision for this country. He said
him again in 2016.
Yes.
Are you saying that the people of Zambia, probably there's something wrong with them?
Look, I am not going to question the hard-working people of Zambia, no. I'm not going to question them. But I will tell you one thing. You Zambian people, if whoever is going to come, if it's me who is coming to you and bring you 5 kwacha or 50 kwacha or 1,000 kwacha to vote for me, it is the worst thing that you are going to do, because then I've bought you. And if I can't provide you solutions, don't blame me, because I've bought you. And this is what these guys are doing. The PF has been doing it. They go there, buy the people in Narep, buy the people by giving them money and telling them vote for me. And if you don't vote for me, I will see it. Because the villagers, some of them, most of them, they haven't gone to school. They believe that if I don't vote for that person, Azani Bwerera. But in reality, educate the people that give them the money, eat the money, and go and don't vote for them. The problem is that the votes that were there in 2015 and 2016, they are bought votes.
And the strategy has worked very well.
Well, I don't think so. Just wait 2021. 2021, just look, I haven't been on the platform. And I strongly believe in myself and my team members. With my leadership in Narep, Believe you me, you will see what is 2021. But I will answer the last question.
Mr. Kasonde, yes, and let me ask you this way. Mr. Kasonde comes to and says, look, President Nyirenda, it is very unrealistic for you to form government single-handedly and probably beat the PF single-handedly.
I have no problems with that.
But don't you think joining forces with other opposition political parties will make your dream a reality?
I respect Mr. Kasonde so much. What you have said is the truth. Anything, 2 is better than 1. 3 is better than 2. Anything that we are going to join together is going to be bigger. I will repeat this, Mr. Mwansa, and all Zambians, and Mr. Kasonde. In everywhere where I go, Nimakamba Kuti, if there's a place where we want to go, kuli mara amentifuna tiendeko, kuja kumara kwa amentifuna kuyenda, kuli vindu vabwino, where every one of us will enjoy, it doesn't matter who leads us there. Anyone can lead us there. The problem that we have here is that what motive do we have? Do we have one motive? Do we want to go to the one place? For me, if our aim is one, our motive, how we are going to do, how we are going to supply Zambia with solutions so that our people are together, I have no problems. And mind you, let me also mention this to my viewers, the Zambians, powerful people. Let me mention this. I did not want to stand up and stand for presidential from day one. No, I did not want that. I thought that I can help giving solutions. I started giving solutions to presidents as far back as Chiruga. I worked with the President Banda. I have given solutions to President Lungu. And we talk about digital migration. What they are doing, this, I gave solutions. And that digital migration should have costed $40 million. Mr. Lungu and his team, they discarded my solution. They went to a Chinese. How much did it cost? Over 290 million. We money that you don't have. We would have saved 250 million. Over 250 million. So what is their interest? Their interest is not to provide solution. Same, if we are going to have, I've told the people, all the people that I'm with, starting from HH, I've sat with HH for 8 hours, 10 hours, each and me, we are talking with HH. I have the way that I think Zambia can be ruled. And believe me, let me say this. Let me finish.
I'm very frank with you. I don't feel you've offered a very definite answer to Mr. Kasonde.
Let me be precise.
Yeah, maybe be precise. Is Narep single-handedly, can Narep single-handedly kick out the P?
I have no problems about that. Yes, I'll tell you this. I don't produce in Njanja Tikambati sini barantayo ine mwana wakufa. I don't produce fair what me I produce when I want to do something, I do it. I can tell you to say single-handedly we can push them out, but I will join any other force that we have would have
join hands.
But I can join with the any other. I have no problems. All of us, we can come together if we agree. Mind you, I'll tell you this. Why I was asking my friend, it's on Terry now, but I asked my friend, because they sent a lot of people to me, you be the vice, what and what. I said, why don't I join UPND? And I said it with a frank, and I'll say it. UPND is one of the most powerful opposition party. There are two giants here. There's one PF and UPND. They both don't have visions. I'll tell you this. And I'll tell you why UPND hasn't got a vision. UPND has been running half of the country for over 10 years. They have all the cities, most of them in Southern Province, in Western Province, Northwestern Province. Which city have they developed? None. Now, I will tell you, if you go to Intercity there, the other day, my SG, they nearly burnt our vehicle, the PF gathers. And they told them, you come here next time, we are going to kick you. Meaning us, we shouldn't drive there. Now, I will tell you, the PF cadres, they are controlling illegally. Once the leadership of PF is looking, which I call visionless, that the PF cadres are actually terrorizing people at Intercity. If you go to Monze or Mazabuka, what you see there is the same. The other side is who? Is UPND. That's what I'm telling you. Both of them, they are nothing. For me, they are nothing. And I can go further. It is not only one man if I did help HH, if I helped HH in 2015, I helped him in 2016, why can he not help me now?
Did you help him in those years?
Yes, I did.
How did you help him?
I helped him with so many materials, ideas, and things like that. I helped him with materials. Because I thought that this is the man. So if I helped him for 2 years, why can't he say, Steve, I've helped you for 2 years, this time try, my friend. Why can't he do that? This is the greediness that I'm talking about. Me, I have no problems. I am going to be behind anyone else who I think we are marching together to go and reach there.
Among the political parties that you think are visions in Zambia, mention 3.
Well, I think there are much more. I have got the respect of my friend Fred, although for me, the policy of communism, I think, I don't know. I've studied communism.
You would join hands with Fred?
I have no problem. I will join hands with everything else. I will not join hands with somebody who has been in the PF, who has been in the government. Why should I join hands with Kambwiri when Kambwiri is the one who closed the Muvi TV? He was a minister of information. He was in this government, which is visionless. Why should I join hands with Kalaba? Kalaba was a minister, visionless. If you are not, if Kalaba could not have influenced Lungu, Kalaba, Lungu was in the circle of influence. Lungu, Maona. Kalaba, if he was the right person, he should have gone and make sure influence Lungu. So should have been in Kambwiri. These guys, they have been there. They are recycled people. We don't need recycled people for 2021. Even some of the guys who have served in UPND, they are recycled. They have been there for over 10 years. They have nothing to offer the people. We are fresh. I am fresh. My people are fresh. My guys in Narep are fresh. And you will see what we are going to do in this country.
On the 19th of May 2020, you posted on your social media platform, Mr. Nyarenda, that we don't believe in just talking and promising.
Yes.
We are above those kinds of politics.
Yes.
We're here to deliver in power or not.
Yes.
Narep is working hard to be involved in your lives. What is Narep doing to ensure that the lives of many Zambians are helped?
We are doing quite a lot. Now I will tell you this. I think you need to read the Bible. It says, if whatever you are doing outside there, you go and start showing you in Amchitira Vaso have done that, then the reward from God, you will not have it. You already got it. If I say, they say, what the left hand is doing, the right one shouldn't know. We are doing a lot. Had it not been for this COVID, you were going to see what we are doing. And you will see, between now and December, you will see what we are doing for the people. I will not talk. And some of the things, mind you, when someone says, I don't need to pick the camera to say, come with me, see what I'm doing. No. There are things that we have done. There are things that we are doing. You will see. Very soon you will see what is going on. Let the COVID lessen up and go away. You will see what we are doing for the community.
If the COVID won't go away?
Well, it will go away. It will.
Well, WHO says it is here to stay.
Well,
it might be with us for a long time.
No, but already I was here to stay.
Yes.
Yes. So we're living with it and life is okay. It will go away. It's influenza. Influenza, in fact, is deadly than
Unfortunately,
corona.
the Minister of Information and Broadcasting Services tested positive for COVID-19. In her statement, she said, even after taking all preventive measures, I still tested positive. Aren't you scared, Mr. Nyirenda, for your kids who are going to school on the 1st of June, that probably they'll get COVID?
You see, they may get it, but I don't think it's deadly. You know, that sentence may sound to be irresponsible. No, it's not irresponsible. You see, if this disease was really deadly for us, as I said before, I don't think that we would be sitting here and talking casually like this. You've seen what this disease has done somewhere else. For us, thank God, God is with us. We are a young community, young society. So the bodies, eat right food. Eat right food. Stay in the sun sometimes to make sure you get vitamin C, and follow the rules.
Well, it tells me one thing, that President Lungua's vision, it tells me one thing, Mr. Nyirenda, because if it were not, then you wouldn't have supported the idea of reopening schools on the 1st of June amidst the increasing numbers of COVID-19.
You see, I am not that person who, you have seen even when my friends are commenting a lot of things, I don't talk. I keep quiet. I talk things that I know, and that I can keep on talking. The same stuff that I'm talking now, I will talk it in next year.
Good.
I've seen a lot of friends of mine, they will talk this today, next time they change their statement. But I am saying, whatever President Lungu has been given to say open schools, make proper precautions for the children. Proper precautions to make sure that it's mitigated. Even in China, we have seen that the kids have gone to school, there are precautions. There is a viral on social media, how kids are being treated. If we can only do that, I'm told that there's money that has been released, let that money be used properly to make sure that our kids are taken care of.
Yeah, let me pick two more calls and I'll ask you my last question, Mr. President. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes,
How are you?
very well. Who's on the line and where you calling us from? Quickly.
Yeah, I'm calling from John Venture, the Castle Gathering. This is Gathering Nyirenda.
Oh, Mr. Gabriel Nyirenda, please give us your contribution.
Gathering, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to contribute on the response to whatever COVID-19, more especially to the people that are donating towards COVID. I'm looking at the issue of face masks and everything, even the money that is going there.
Yes.
Now, we continue buying this hand sanitizer and stuff. Because like things like face masks, they're supposed to be free. Talk about in the hospitals, even to some markets, I can see people in stock, sometimes being eaten, instead of like giving them for free. They are selling. Even these things that they are donating, we are not seeing them. So, President, can you tell us, or maybe you can answer this question, how do you look at this situation?
All right, thank you.
We have seen a lot of people donating a lot of money, and then there is no response as to where these things are going.
All right, thank you so much.
Most of the things right now, they are being sold. Everything. It is unsustainable. Look at the situation. This is COVID-19. And you see, we are talking about the economy. It's down right now. Okay?
Mr. Gabi, I'm sorry, I'll allow you to go. Let me pick one last call. I'm sorry, Mr. Gabi. I'll have to accommodate one more last call so that I can give my guest a bit of some time to respond. Hello, good evening. 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 All right, seem to have a breaking transmission, but I'll pick one more caller. So that 2 calls, and then I ask my last question to you. Let me bring in Sydney in this conversation. Hello, good evening, Sydney. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, what is your contribution this evening?
Yes,
Sydney.
we are just not there. The problem of this government is that I just want to most people, they were donating a lot of money, but this money is not reaching us. This is the guy that is the one that we don't have. Please, when you talk to them, especially who are talking about you who can be able to check and balance the screen, you need to talk to them so that
All right.
many things here in Nanga.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sydney. I have the fact that Sydney, both Sydney and and I think Gabriel have come up with one common ground. That look, there's a lot of donations that has been made to the Ministry of Health, but the people on the ground are not recipients, are not receiving these donations. What are you doing, Mr. President, to advocate that, for example, face masks are given for free? Because we see a lot of companies giving to government.
Yes, you in my last radio interview, I had advocated to say what the ministry needs to do, or Minister of Health, is to put a weekly publication, which they can, by saying, okay, we received so much. You know, mind you, if it's 10 million like given, somebody says I've given 10 million, 5 million may be goods, 5 million may be cash, or whatever. Put it there to say, look, this week we have received 200 million, and we have used it like this. This has gone to George Compound. This has gone to Lusaka. This to Kito. This has gone there, and the people who have received are there. You even put their names there. But they are not doing that. If they are not doing that, because the Zambian people, they are fed up of the PF government. They don't trust these guys. Whether they do good things or they don't do good things, these are trash. Because they've been, how do you go honestly? Do you have a heart? We in Narep, we've got a heart. Do they have a heart to go and print Vintu Vao Pamulomo? And this is what I've refused. The people gave me this thing to say, Mr. Yenda, can you put Narep on? I said, no. We have a heart. We will give it like that. This is very wrong what PF is doing. If people are thinking like that, then there's something.
Conclusively, Mr. President, I asked you a very important question, and you spotted out one important name, Fred Membe. Are there any talks between you? Are there any talks between Narep and Fred Membe?
It's not only
in regards to forming up a partnership or an alliance ahead of 2020. I want you to answer with Fred. Are there any talks that you have with Fred?
The SG of the Socialist Party is a good friend of mine. We spent a lot of time in Germany together. We talk. There hasn't been any direct talk between Fred and me, but there have been lots of talks between Dr. Msumali, Cosmas Msumali, and myself. He's a friend of mine. We spend a lot of time together in Germany. So I know. But it's not only Fred, it's many more others. There are so many of these parties who will come together. Just wait. It's just a matter of time.
James Lukuku, why you seated, Mr. President, a week ago, he said that you're not out of the alliance that you are involved in. And he pleaded that, may you reconsider going back. What would take you to reconsider going back to the alliance that which you are, in fact, you are pushed out
I didn't say that. Now, Mr. Mwanza, if you say we are pushed out of the alliance, I don't want to start doubting you, because Narep has never been pushed out of the alliance. James Lukuku went to talk what was in his head. If it was the chairman, who is Mr. Charles Melupi, saying that, then, but when James was saying that, I picked a phone. I said, wait a minute, Mr. President, Chairman, can you tell me what is going on? He's just told me, he says, Steve, since you've I akamba vamene nzolota kapenda ukamba. There was nothing like that.
So still in the alliance?
Yes, we are in the alliance.
I'd like to give you concluding remarks in 20 seconds. Face the people of Zambia in the camera and tell us why Narep is the right party in 2021.
First of all, Narep is the right party. Narep is providing solutions to the youth. We've got very powerful youth empowerment. We are providing solutions to the women outside there. And Narep is the right leadership to take this country to another level. Believe you me, I can tell you, give this party a chance next week. Your vote is needed. You will see what will happen in this country.
You mean next year?
Next year, 2021. Is it 13 months now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Nyonde, thank you so much for having made an appearance on the assignment.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Zambians.
Well, I was speaking to the Narep president, Mr. Stephen Nyirenda. We were discussing government's response to COVID-19. Thank you so much to those that came in via telephone calls, those that were joining our conversation on our Facebook platform, Ask Muvi TV. I've been your host, Andrew Mwansa. Till next time, that is Sunday, as we bring you yet another special edition of the assignment. For now, good night, and Mbiyog Dalisen.